Vladimir Putin, and what are the cards that detail him 4 months, 6, and 8 from the present, okay? And I'll remind you again, that's 4, 6, and 8 months from this present time. Although I think I'll, definitely include the present, how he's feeling, along with looking at where he'll be feeling at 4 months from now, at 6 months from now, at 8 months from now. I thought I would try that, okay? So the first one I'm going to try, I don't know how that's going to kind of work, but I'm going to throw it at it. I'm going to use this little deck called What's the Teaspill? Okay. And that is by Starry-Eyed Tarot 777. Okay. You can see it there. There you go. All right. Just in case you happen to like this deck. All right. It has its, I like it, but it has some kind of, as each deck does, its own limitations, but it's very helpful in other ways. It's the type of deck that if you're doing a reading and you need something that is a little more modern and in the vernacular and that kind of thing, to find out more information, it's very good to kind of pull them in as a clarifier. So, but this time I'm going to just throw them down. I am trying something new, and I'm going to see what we get for, let's look at 4 months in, as I said, with Putin into the future and see how he's doing. And at the time of this recording, this is March 29th, 2022. So where will Putin be? Spirit, I'm asking the Most High, in 4 months from the present. What state of mind, what can you tell me that we need to know about? He feels like the world's against him, you all. You know that, though. So that is winding him up, definitely. Tighter and tighter. And, makes him dangerous. So let's just take a look at where he's going to be at. Like, including the present up to 4 months. Okay, so let's just, add that in there now and in 4 months. So let's just see where that kind of segues. And I think I'll read in pairs. Be a row of 3. All right, let's just try it. Okay, here we have, look at this. Ballin', having a luxurious lifestyle, wanting and having the most expensive things in life, pockets full. Well, he certainly does. Okay, so he's wanting to keep that. Unimpressed, doesn't care about the mundane, being too good for something, not interested. He really puts himself above everyone else. Look at that. That is so aloof. And what a snob. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it says 11th house, 1 social groups, friendships, personal affiliations, and social life. Okay, that is what will be coming into some focus here within the next 4 months with him. Cloud 9, always under herbal influence. I think that's a funny card. Maybe there's going to be something coming out. I think about people in his social circle and possibly some kind of drug connection. I mean, to me, herbal, yeah, you know, I got to see the other cards with it though. So let's pair that one up. So two more. I'm going to put this situation involves someone's belief systems, religion, ideologies, higher learning, travel philosophies. Well, this certainly does deal with that, about how he feels about himself and his own ideas about himself and history. And I think he's freaking out. And this says, you know, it's chilling, being really comfortable in life, not wanting to do the most, at ease and at peace with the world. Well, and again, this is not like, this is all for within the present up to 4 months right here, what's going on. I don't know if he uses any kind of herbal relief. I don't, you know, maybe he does for all I know. But what I'm definitely picking up on is the lifestyle, the wealth, and people connected to him becoming actually less impressed with all of this. Because as these sanctions screw down tight and his, you know, friends continue to whine about how they, you know, have to eat at home and can't go out because their money's all frozen or whatever. And they might have to clean their own toilet, God forbid. You know, it's just it's shocking. Never mind what's going on in the Ukraine to Ukrainian people, you know. Sabotage. So it's making me feel like this highfalutin lifestyle at the end of the day is his own undoing, because he can't maintain it. That's what he's kind of kept these people loyal to him by, is by this advantageous lifestyle. Looks like that's going to undergo a little bit of a change. It already is, but it looks like that is going to escalate. And this chillin' card is just laziness to me with him. He's not going to do anything to help them because he's got a certain twisted, specific mindset, his own ideology. It's as good as his own religion, which is the Church of Putin. The 12th house, hidden truths and secrets, dreams one has, hidden strengths and weaknesses, and the unconscious, karma. Coming next to sabotage. Now, remember, y'all, this is the first, you know, from this point here in up to 4 months, and showing sabotage. And it's secretive and hidden strengths and weaknesses. And I think it's somebody that's able to know the soft spot, where to hit. And they start sabotaging his work. Oh, wow. Yeah, like they already are. Some of these soldiers are running over generals that are having their friends just be slaughtered. It's a horrible, horrible, bloody, terrible situation. Says off the grid, being cooped up in their room, not socializing, being a hermit, not on social media. This to me is definitely Putin. So I feel like we're going to see him pull back a bit at some point in the months ahead, within the 4 months that I've given the window here. from now 4 months. So let's see, we're at the end of March. So that's April, May, June, July, which is kind of what I kept getting July as being, sorry guys, I'm getting on my little heating pad because it's all foggy and cold at the coast in Northern California today. So this makes me feel like he's going to withdraw more and more. Sorry about the glare, but I have skylights. So that being cooped up and it falling underneath the card above it about social groups and personal affiliation, social life, it looks like he has less and less social allies. And that, in fact, some of whom are going to sabotage things because they know the best way to do it, frankly, his weaknesses, his whatever, okay? People, again, close to him. Oh, wrong deck, sorry. Projecting, pointing out the actions of someone else, but they are really things that you do. So I can take this and I can say he's delusional and he's going to, continue this thing of where he projects and accuses the West or other people, other nations, other leaders of doing what he's actually doing. He's going to do a lot of projecting and gaslighting, and he's becoming more isolated and less trustworthy of those around him because he's fearing that those who are among those that have had this really great lifestyle and they're being affected, they're not impressed also with his excuses, his actions, his leadership. And he knows he's in trouble with them. So he's going to continue to try to blow smoke up their hoo-ha and say that it's raining. Spirituality hater, hating on your beliefs, not liking that you're untraditional, uncomfortable with your spirituality. Well, he's definitely uncomfortable with people that are not down with his authoritarian style. That's, in his opinion, tradition, the right, And I don't think he likes spirituality. One of the things that apparently irritated him to no end was his first wife, or Ludmila, liked astrology, and he used to make fun of her for it. It was, he was irritated by it. So the man, not surprisingly, has no spiritual outlet that he's developed in himself. That is not surprising because he's developed into not having much of a conscience at all. I just get cards that always show me he truly does not care. And these cards say that he truly doesn't care. Walking away. He's going to have to walk away. Also, this is the people that have been instrumental in keeping him in power with their wealth and they've kind of had the deal of you wash my back, I wash yours, and we get this great lifestyle and all this power and money. I think this is actually people walking away from Putin. And the people are those wealthy elite that he needs to be concerned about because they're not impressed with his projection and his, frankly, insult to their intelligence. You know, he thinks he can fool them like he does the public with blowing up apartments in the past, things like that, blaming it on Chechen rebels when it was special, you know, Russian operatives, because they found that the explosives were that trademark, basically, that are only Russian military based. So like he just doesn't really care. He tries to like throw a bit of a smoke bomb, so to speak, but he doesn't really care at the end of the day if you find out that he did it. It's like, yeah, so what? That's really his attitude. Role model. He thinks he's a role model. Being an inspiration to others, having positive recognition from a lot of people. That's falling under that issue of the highfalutin lifestyle and it being sabotaged. And this is by somebody that doesn't see him as a role model anymore, as part of somebody that they recognize. They were seeing in the next 4 months going to really continue to recede from him and leave him isolated, which is going to freak him out. Ex-lover, see, they divorce him. So we're getting that the strong energy here saying the wealthy elite that are kind of privately behind the scenes with him, very unhappy with him, extremely. They don't buy it. And they're definitely not down with being treated to the same pain that the common person in Russia is getting. You know, this being cooped up. This is number one, this is definitely Putin getting isolated, but this is also the oligarchs and the people that are that elite that feel more and more isolated by what he's done with the internet and what he's doing. He's making it harder and harder, and they don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate it at all. And he thinks he can blow smoke up their backside and that they're just going to accept it. And they're not. They're seeing through it. Legal issues, bad contracts. Definitely, it's affecting them. The sanctions. And it's making, they don't like being isolated. He's not liking it either, but he's going to become even more isolated because these people, as I keep saying, it's just what the cards are kind of whipping up here, are saying, is that they're going to leave him. They're going to abandon him. Regret. Someone regrets what they did to you, how they treated you, and how they contributed to the mess. They are going to, in my opinion, regret having connection to him. It's going to really mess them up. A lot of them will not, I'm getting just with this, a lot of them will never recapture the wealth that they once had because of him doing this. And they won't like that. No, no. But this is also Putin's regret. Regret that he undid himself. That he undid himself and caused the, people here. Sorry, hold on. So we have, I think this is Putin's regret. Bad, and it's not just his regret, it's a lot of regret from, I think, all over. It's going to be the regret that the elite have put in him themselves, and thus feeling like they're going to have to sabotage. They really divorce their connection with him. He's made a mess of their life, their business, and it will never be the same. And they think he's deluded. They totally regret being connected to him. And he's going to regret. He's going to regret some of the choices that he made because he's going to see where he failed to keep them on board. And there's going to be nothing he can do about it. No money, no talk. Not wanting to talk unless money is involved. Hustling, getting to the bag at all costs. It's all about money and wealth and power. Spirituality hater involves belief systems, religion, higher learning. Doesn't care about that. It's like put the money where your mouth is. No money, no talk. I don't. And that's what they're going to tell Putin. And he's not going to be able to give it to them. Seeing that. And the second house, everything the person in this situation may own and claim as theirs, money, possessions, their self-worth, walking away. And they're not going to help him. They are not going to help him. They're not going to lift a finger to help him. They decide, you know, you've messed up my money flow. You've got to be kidding. I am not going to help you. That's just just crazy how this has come out. So that is where his threat in the next 4 months that he needs to worry about is the unhappiness of the elite will build, and they retract and withdraw from him and abandon him. And they regret ever connecting with him. They don't believe that he is sound. They think that he is delusional and projecting. And there's something here very much about the spirituality aspect here and belief systems, and just him being a spirituality hater. He's also, to me, it feels like it's just saying he's a hypocrite. They're going to see what a hypocrite he is because he's in tight with the Russian Orthodox Church, right? He is. And he doesn't give a toss. It just shows right there about anything spiritual. And it's all about money. And so I wonder if that connection is going to go. We need to look at the activity that may come forth yet in the future. There could be some rumblings of unhappiness from the Russian Orthodox Church, perhaps, because I'm getting that religious stuff, that and the walking away. I wonder if they're going to walk away from him. Going to have to. This is witchcraft. It says, you know, someone could be using magic to get their way. To me, it's just manipulation. You know, whether that they're burning candles and chanting or not. This is someone manipulating things, and it's somebody that has a powerful position, able to sabotage him in a way that will matter. And they also feel like he's done this to them, and he has. Daydreaming of you, someone cannot get you off their mind. Attracted to you constantly, thinks of being romantically with you. That's going under ex-lover. Unimpressed. I think his girlfriend is going to leave him. He's an old fart now, you know. She's still relatively young. I mean, compared to him, he's over with. I think this is what's her bucket. Kabaeva, what is it? I think he'll be wanting her, but I don't think she's going to be wanting him. She's not impressed. And she's part of the hidden secret. I think part of, and this falls next to that being cooped up. You know, he's cooped up to some degree, his family. And they're, I mean, it's horrible, just horrible. They have to be in Switzerland, you know? I don't know, but I think that they're going to find themselves feeling less and less comfortable in places and less welcome. So I think here, recognizing at the end of the day that he's not going to be around to be calling the shots like he was. I think she's going to dip out on him, becoming the ex-lover, and that he's still wanting. That's interesting. Well, he's got a whole lot of hate. Really wants to knock you down. A person that simply knock you down to size, a person that simply cannot be happy for your success, points out your flaws to make them feel better. That's him, that is totally him. And that's falling under off the grid and bad contract. Now, I think he's taking out his frustrations on those that are closest to him. And I think that it's going to lead the girlfriend and others of this elite group to walk away from him. That is what I'm totally getting here. And they think he's sabotaging their lives, and he is. And they're very intimidated by him. So we get that they think he's delusional and gaslighting, projecting things. They regret being connected with him and contributing to his delusion. And they're too scared in many respects to confront him personally up front, because he's full of manipulation and control here. So again, there's going to be, whether we hear about it or not, there's going to be something going on from this point forward with the girlfriend. And I think her not liking the constraints that she's going to experience in being able to live the life she wants to live, pretty nice life here. Digging for gold. This is marrying for money, not love, wanting to spend all their partner's cash. God. Gets into relationships for material things. Well, she's definitely, I feel like that's her. But then again, it does talk about religion, beliefs here, no money, no talk, gold digger. It's all about spending somebody else's cash. The ex-lover, she's not going to, I think she's going to feel like, oh, what? No money to fill my Botox and my, the children I've had for you. That money dries up. Sis is out the door. Out the door, despite the fact that he intimidates her. She's going to see that this is the one chance, maybe, like the world's going against him. It's he's not going to be able to afford me and these boys. So fourth house, sense of security, family, siblings. Oh, wow. Parents, ancestry, heritage, roots, one's housing and comfort. Walking away, everything in the situation that they have, walking away, not doing anything, being used to being, being waited upon. He's going to be abandoned by the girlfriend and the people that work with him and people within the country, of course, that used to support him. Of course, like I said, there'll be some that do. But look at that. Look at that. That starts to really now become, not only does he have to deal with a very challenging war that he's initiated, but now his family relationships, and in particular, his relationship with the mother of his children, I think it's boys or something, she's had some children, that gymnast. I'm blanking on her name today, but I'll type it into the description box once I put this up. It looks like that has a falling out, and it looks like people just start kind of dropping from their connection to him and abandoning him, for sure. One's hobbies, interests, and recreational leisure activities, when does for entertainment, all of that. Long distance, because it's been a long distance relationship that's, you know, a strong emotional commitment to another who is far away, often beyond physical access most of the time. I think that's basically been his relationship with the girlfriend and family. So I think there's abandonment. I think that she looks at a way to get out of there. And I don't think he wants to let go, though. I think she's prepared to let go. And he's like, maybe not so fast. You know, walking away from me. It looks like he's going to be pretty mad, but he's just as much of a moocher if she is, if this is what his anger is about. You know, someone that survives off another's income. And that's totally what he's done, who, even if they have their own money, will use someone else's first. Well, that's what Putin has done all along to his own country. So I just feel like more of these facts just come out clear in undeniable fashion for those that haven't believed it, and even who won't believe it. It doesn't matter. It's just going to become so clear. And who's supporting him? Yeah. That he's been generous to. The people that he's, again, that I'll wash your back, you wash mine, we have this ballin' lifestyle of luxury. But somebody's got receipts, okay? Somebody has been keeping tabs, taking notes on you and keeping all your details. Well, we know that he would do that, but I think someone's also been doing that to him to kind of protect themselves. And I think it's not necessarily the girlfriend. Now I'm going back to feeling like it's some of the wealthy elite. Bestie, someone who is always by your side, would never ditch you, and would take a bullet for you. Toxic ways, bad habits, addictions, can't stay away from harmful substances. I don't know, harmful substances like what? Could those also be neurotoxins instead? Toxic, right? I know they mean drugs, but I feel like this is a friend giving something toxic to someone, okay? And not just a toxic attitude. Get my meaning? Divine union. Okay, two people who are on the same team, team up. And there's an aspect of the distorted feminine, fear of conflict, hypersensitive, rejection of rationality, too receptive, waiting for things to happen. I think this is what they were afraid of, because it did show earlier here that he was intimidating them, but I think somebody is going to, again, out of that wealthy elite group, take action. And they're going to say, we got to do something, because he's just ruining our lives. Yep. And it's somebody that he's going to think is his bestie, one of them. Evidence that might maybe give him some tea. Talking good stuff. People like what you've got going on, talking about your achievement, accolades. Don't know quite how that figures into this scenario, but it could be part of what draw him in, what they use to draw him in, rather to serve him up something toxic. What someone does routinely, their responsibilities, their skills, training, employment, job. Ooh, for the clout, doing it all for the fame, attention, views, doesn't want to be left alone, being fake. Well, that's Putin. So I think he's going to be, they're going to let him get to a point where he begins to feel like, oh my God, I actually need to care about not having the support of the people that have helped keep me here. And it looks to me like they definitely plan in a way that will be very effectual to rid themselves of a leader that they feel like has lost his way and is delusional. So if you enjoy these readings, and this was, I'm getting this for the first, again, this is like 4 going 5, maybe 6, but this is nearer than we think. And again, if you like these videos that I'm creating and the lives and stuff, please hit the thumbs up, let me know, and simply put the thumbs up. Thank you. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Yes. And I will see you in the next video, because that's where we're at. I was going to do 6 and 8, but that goes even longer. And what I'm seeing here, I feel like goes into that no limits. Nothing can stop them, continues on without restriction, going their own way, walking away. You guys, they are going to get rid of him. And I don't think it's going to take half as long as people think. All right. See you in the next video or live.